I'm just gonna say that some of the queens came to play, but most of them came
Hmm.
to slay. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yes.
Like some
Yes,
came
they
through.
was not playing. Some of them.
Exactly. What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it is time to lead in, bitch. We are here for RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 6, episode 5, I believe it is. 4 or 5? I don't
Four.
know what. 4? Okay, 4. You're right,
Yeah.
4. Which is the halftime headliners, which is basically a Rusical for this season. You know, if you know, every season has a Rusical typically. Less
Hmm.
of the All Star season, so I always like to see them.
Yeah.
But first of all, how you doing, Mike? It's Sunday. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling great. This has
You look
been
great.
definitely the best. Thank you, thank you. I think this has been the best episode thus far. It was
Hmm.
really good. The performances were good. The runways were good. So I'm excited to get into it and lean in today.
Yeah, it's. I was very excited to do this, just because when I watched the episode, I watched it a little late, but I watched it. I was just like,
Hmm.
because I kept seeing clips, online,
Yeah.
and I saw like Trinity posted. I'm like, wait a minute, they did this, and so I'm like,
Right.
oh, they really cut the fuck up. So of course we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna tune and
Hmm.
boost some looks. We're gonna talk about the
Yes.
performances. But first, before we do, while you're here, make sure you go down, make sure you like this video, hit that thumb up, okay, to like it.
Okay.
If you like it, if you don't like it, then still hit the thumbs up because we need you to hit the thumbs up. That's just, don't be a hater. It's 2025.
Exactly.
With that being said, let's get into it. As we said, the main challenge this week was the halftime headliners, and so every
Mhm.
queen, whether they say they were or not, they were assigned to a specific headliner that has a person that has headlined the halftime show before for the Super Bowl, and
Mhm.
I thought it was very interesting because I love the concept right off the bat.
Yeah.
Some of the choosings I was like, because there were many other
Ooh.
choosings that I feel like they could have chose. But I think it worked for the girls that were there. They obviously had time to prepare on who they were gonna be, even though they were
Mhm.
saying like, do you think that they knew beforehand, or you think they kind of like they find out there?
I'm a little conflicted. I think they got to pick beforehand, kind of like when they give the queens the list of the outfits they need to bring,
Mm-hmm.
they had to pick right then and there. I
Mm-hmm.
really think that's how it went. So I'm gonna just go with that in my mind.
I don't. I was talking to my friend. I don't know if so. As far as the outfits itself, I don't think those were made brought by the queens. I think they were done by
Okay.
production because they were the exact outfits of this
Right.
super. So it's like they wanted them to look just like the headliner,
Hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Like, how did you feel about the pairings? So of course you had what's her name? Ginger as Fergie, Madonna at Eureka as Madonna,
Hmm.
um, Raja as Diana,
Hmm.
Kylie Sonique as Stephen Carroll. What is his name? His name?
Steven Tyler.
Stephen Stephen Tyler. Um, I'm going to this thing. Of course, what's her name? As Beyonce, Trinity as Beyonce,
Oh,
Janice
yeah.
Gaga, and who else? I'm missing people, child. Cause I'm trying to go down the line. Help me out.
Oh, Raja as Diana Ross.
I said that. Okay.
Prince, Eureka as Prince, not
Oh,
Eureka,
Eureka.
Akira,
Akira.
Akira.
Child, we had some drinks or some child. Of
Who
course,
else?
and then Pandora Box is Carol Channing.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
I believe that was it. If I
Oh,
miss
and
anybody, we
Yada as
oh
Shakira.
Yada child and Shakira. We have the pictures, everybody. So we're going off memory right now.
Yeah.
We got everything we need to get through this episode. So bear with us at this moment. But yeah, so
Okay.
how did you feel about the pickings, the choosings, and the who they were? Do you feel like there could have been any swap outs or any changes?
For the most part, I think everybody
Mm-hmm.
was pretty good. There were some people where I'm like, the person they were portraying, their performance in the Super Bowl wasn't iconic enough to be doing them on Drag Race.
Okay.
So I think that was an issue. Because, like, for me in these challenges, is about recognizability. Like, I need to look at you before you even say anything and know who you are. and know
Right.
what you're supposed to be doing. And I think that was an issue for some of the queens.
I mean, I guess knowing someone is relatable. I mean, it's relative because I feel like sometimes, like I don't really know much about Carol or Steven, but somebody
Right.
does. Whereas some could probably say that they don't know much about. Well, I don't know
Right.
anybody that could say they don't know. Anybody that's up there. So that's just me. That's just my preference. But I mean, those
Yeah.
individuals knew who they were. Of course, Pandora has done Carol for Snatch Game, so it was like perfect for her. Um,
Right.
and it to me, I thought the parents were fine. I was curious to see why they didn't do like a Janet Jackson.
I
Um,
was thinking that.
I know that Dinah Ross is like RuPaul's like absolute favorite, but I just feel like
Hmm.
you know, maybe Akira could have been Janet Jackson versus Prince. I don't know. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. I mean, because you
Yeah.
also have Michael Jackson, and stuff like that that somebody could have did, but
Right.
for whatever reasons they didn't, and there are so many to choose from. So they chose. The only one I was confused about was Fergie.
Yeah, I was really confused with Fergie. I'm
I thought
like,
they could have scratched Fergie out because, as they mentioned later, Fergie doesn't really have a signature, and so I don't really
right.
feel like she did as bad as they say she did because I mean it was Fergie. What was she gonna do?
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about the rehearsals? So, of course, they rehearsed with Fine as Jamal, and the rehearsals were going. They had to do choreography. Kyria struggling with her choreography, child, and
Yeah.
everybody had some
Struggling.
choreography, to an extent.
Mhm.
So, how did you feel about the rehearsals? Like leading into it? You think anybody was going to struggle, or there going to be any issues?
Now with the rehearsals, it's always funny because the ones that do good always have the girls shaking in their boots. They like, all right now, like they know who to watch out for. Like watching Trinity, everybody was shook. They like, ooh, this gonna be something. And then the ones that do struggle with dancing, especially like Ginger, Akira, you could tell that they were struggling. And so they were trying to get out of that. But of course, when you see those other queens that are really good, it always gets them shook. So I'm always excited to see like where they're gonna go with that.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
um I didn't get much from the rehearsals. Of course, they were slang. Most times when people like Trinity slay, they kind of mess up. Of
Yeah,
course, she had Beyonce, and so there's a curse and
yeah, that's
Drag Race
tricky on
history
Drag
where
Race.
you always mess up for Beyonce, you always mess up for Gaga, and so it was like okay,
Hmm.
Jan had Gaga, and she was excited. The last time she had Madonna, she in the Rusical, she didn't win. She was safe, so it was a lot of stuff leading up to it.
Yeah,
I was worried for Akira. Akira can't. It's not a dancer. She can do some dancing, but Prince is more so a vibe, and I think that's
right.
how she ended up where she was, in my opinion. But we're gonna actually obviously talk about it. Let's just go right into it because this, like I said, this performance to me was everything. Like I've watched
Yeah.
it a million times, some parts more than others.
Hmm. Okay.
But I think it was like if this was the time to watch Drag Race, it was this episode because
Oh yeah.
they slay. Like nobody did bad. I will say that nobody did bad, but on a critique level, there are people that did worse than others in terms of
Hmm.
getting the doing the assignment. So
Exactly.
we're actually gonna start with what I want to start with the runways first. So let's go to the runways.
Okay.
The runways was called the thrill of it all, and we'll just do our toot and boots, talk about it, then go to the performances and end that way. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So starting with Eureka. This is Eureka's look. How did you feel
Hmm.
about Eureka's look? To the boot.
I give it a two. I know
Two.
a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm like,
Who
something
didn't like
about this
it?
is so cute. I've heard mixed reviews because I watch a few different review shows too, and a lot of people were like, it's just, but I liked it. It's cute. Something about it is so cute to me.
The reason why I like it is because I like that for Eureka to be a plus size queen,
Uh
she
huh.
is she like she said in her season proportionizing. She knows how to really make her body look good
Mhm.
in what she wears,
Yes.
and it don't look sloppy. Like that was made just for her, and I don't feel like it will look good on anyone else, even smaller or bigger. Like it looks
No.
good on her, so I love it. I give it a two,
Yes,
and
it's so
it
pretty.
was it wasn't typical frills. It was she made it into a little concept.
Right. She
It
did
feels
her
cute.
own thing. I
Yeah,
love that.
same.
Mhm.
Raja.
Two. Now, I do think the only thing that brought it down in my mind was just because we saw Trinity do something very, very similar the week prior. And I
Mm-hmm.
hate when I see the same looks on Drag Race, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that was out of her control. There was nothing she could do about that. So I could still give it a 2. It was really pretty. The color was gorgeous on her skin tone. It looked good.
Yeah. I would give it a safe 2. It was nothing extraordinary. She did the assignment. She did what she needed
No.
to
Yeah.
do. Yara.
Boo.
You
Boo.
know, she tried to
There were no
explain her.
frills.
She tried to explain her ideal of frills. Um, I did like the
No.
hair. I liked this. I didn't like it for the theme, but I thought she looked great.
It gave fringe. Now, if the runway was fringe,
Well,
then
she
yes.
said frills is about the a windmill and wind and blowing these bitches away.
No. No. No, no,
Y'all
no,
just be all
no.
over the world with her head
She don't be
space
no
and
look. No, it wasn't for
yeah,
reals. So
I'm a
boo.
booty. I do like it, but for the category, I'm gonna boot it as well. Um, what's her name? Scarlett. Oh, we forgot about Scarlett. Yeah, Scarlett.
I loved this.
I thought it was
Something
cute.
about it was so pretty. Like it gave very fashion week, very avant-garde, just
Yeah,
and it was a different type of frill because you still got that big poofy tulle, but you weren't getting like
yeah.
all these layers of it like everybody else. It was gorgeous. It
I
was
liked it.
very voguish. I
It
love it.
was. She looked good. She looked really good. I would say two.
Hmm. Yes, too.
Scarlett came with the looks this time. I tell you that she has been giving
Okay.
looks. I've
She's
loved
not
it,
playing.
and it's very fashion. It's very fashion
Yeah.
forward. So I like it. Kind of what I felt like Blair was gonna give last season, but she didn't, in my opinion. But anyway,
Yikes. Well,
Kylie Sonique.
I like the color. Something about the top wasn't it for me, like the little jewel top. But I love that color tool that she had, that iridescent, sparkly. Mm,
I
it's a
liked
safe
it.
two.
It was definitely safe too. I didn't love it. I'm
No,
just kind of.
definitely didn't
I
love
guess
it.
I was glad. I'm out. My thing is with Sonique, I have to remember that when she comes out, I can't be so excited that she's not completely naked. And I think
Yeah.
when I see her as something other than being completely like naked or something that's like showing off her body, I'm always like, thank God. And so I equate it to being a two. But this is okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give it a safe two too.
It was
It wasn't.
fine.
She did what she needed to do. Um, Jan. Now, I really like Jan's look,
Hmm.
and
I do
I
too.
feel you didn't like it.
I do. I do. It's
Okay,
really cute.
yeah, I really like Jan's look. I feel like this is what pushed her over to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and what's your thoughts?
I loved this look. I love a good Moulin Rouge, Lady Marmalade moment. It looks so pretty. And I love when like very fair skinned people wear like dark, vampy makeup.
Yeah,
Like something about that contrast looks so pretty to me, like very
yeah,
Dita Von Teese. So I loved it. The makeup was gorgeous. The outfit was gorgeous. It looked good.
yeah.
Jan
I
did
like
that.
the color. To me, is what I like the most. Like it wasn't like she
Yes.
said it. It wasn't as bright as others. But it still like the colors. It was put together really well. I love the
Hmm.
Moulin Rouge. I love the whole L thing. I was definitely give it a two. I
Yes.
think this is what pushed her over to win over the other person we're gonna talk about, in my
Yes.
opinion.
It did. It did.
Pandora box.
Boo.
I don't
Boo.
know.
Tough.
I don't even. I be forgetting that Pandora is here. I like Pandora, but she's just
I
there
do
in terms
too.
of like.
She's blended into the background,
Yeah, she never
unfortunately,
does
because I
anything to
like her
stand out.
too. But
Yeah, I ain't really. I didn't really dislike this, but I didn't really like it either.
I
So,
got where she was going for,
what was she
but it
going
just
for?
didn't give me what I wanted.
What was she going for?
To me, it was giving like Victorian child,
Oh,
like those little short dress with the little poofy sleeves, and
oh.
that's what it was in like the pastel with the little ponytail. That's what it was giving to me, like very porcelain doll.
Okay, okay,
But it just didn't give
okay.
compared to the others.
You tooting the booting it.
Boo. Oh,
Okay.
definite boo.
Nah, I'm gonna have to boot it. Sorry, I didn't really like it.
Mm-mm.
Trinity. It's too
Soft
safe.
tooth,
Too safe.
too safe, too safe. I wish the skirt was bigger, like the because it wasn't frills as in tulle, but it did have frills
Yeah.
on it. But they were just very demure. Like they didn't stand out enough for me. It was
Yeah.
definitely too safe.
Yeah. I feel like it was too safe. Like I know she is from the pageant world, but
Hmm.
this was not the time to bring something like this out. I don't think.
No.
Um,
Mm-mm.
Maybe save it for like the elegant. What's not elegance? The extrons, whatever the last, something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
You know.
best drag.
But I feel like before that best drag, you want to bring out things that go woo. And I feel like this
Yeah.
is where she kind of lost it. It's not a bad dress. It's actually very nice. She looks really good.
Right.
But it is a
It's
little
just
dated.
not.
It's a dated look to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
in a world that we look for high fashion, it's a little dated. So I think that's what she lost. But I still give it a two. It's really great. I'm just comparing it to why she did not get the top place, in my opinion.
Yeah, this dress definitely took her out of the top spot. Like it was just way too safe.
Now let's talk about this. This was probably
This,
one of the best runways
this,
I have seen in
oh,
a very long goddamn time.
oh,
And
obsessed.
I don't even know if she made it because I know she makes a lot of her own things, but
Mhm.
this right here is like drag race. This is high
This
level.
is why I watched the show. I was
Exactly.
like, yes. Oh,
Now, when she came out, it was like, the little thing of, I didn't really like that part, but I mean, I get it. But the whole way she had it and it came into that,
oh,
whoever made that, we need to find out. I should probably look and see, but that is a nice
because I
design.
want one.
I
Shoot.
want one in orange.
See, I want it in that pink and green. I want the same
Of
one.
course, you want it in the big and gray.
It was so gorgeous. I loved this look so much. Had her performance not been what it was,
If her performance had
she
a,
could have
she,
won.
I don't know if she would have won, but she would have been considered a top. I don't know
Oh
if she should
yeah.
have been a bottom because this runway alone should have got her from the bottom spot. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah, it
her
definitely should have.
performance was not that bad, which we're gonna talk about. But I just feel like Akira girl, this runway is going to be remembered. I don't know if we're gonna get anything as good
Oh
as the rest of this season, but this runway right here,
yes. It gives me chills. It's so good.
it is
So good.
nasty. It is a very
Oh,
nasty look, and I love it. Like she
I
ate it.
loved it.
Oh, that was it. So then let's talk about these performances. Okay, we're gonna
We forget some
start.
runways.
Who?
Ginger Minch.
Where did your Minge go? Hold on, mommy.
She just had on that little purple.
Oh, I can't like it. This is so shit. I can't keep doing this. This is not intentional, guys. 1 second. I had her runway. I just didn't put it on the thing. Hold on. What did you think about Ginger's runway? Why,
Yeah.
why, why I put it up here?
I liked it. I love the red hair with the
I did
lavender.
like the red hair.
Um, the only thing with the dress, I feel like it was just one dimensional, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just very one color. Like I wish there was a little bit of variation, if purple, like around the waist, maybe to center in a little bit more. But it was
Yeah.
cute. I loved it though.
I'm almost got it right here. Hold on. It
Hmm.
was okay. Like it was nothing
Hmm.
bad. It didn't stand out anything like that to me. Hold on, I got it right here. Sorry guys. Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
Yes.
here Ginger Minji go. Yes. I thought it was nice. Thought it was great. It was definitely frills. She did the assignment.
Yeah.
And I guess I like
Hmm.
everything you said. I like the red hair. I would definitely toot it. It's still nice. I,
Yeah.
I, I don't
Definitely still
expect
a
much
two.
from her on the runway. But this was
No.
good. This was good.
Yeah. This was good.
Okay. So now back to the performances. We're gonna
Yes.
start with Miss Diana Ross, played by Rasha. What do you think?
It was fine. It was Diana Ross. To
It was fine.
me, and I hate to say this because I love Diana Ross, but I feel like she just doing Diana Ross, it's not gonna be over the top
Hmm.
like anybody else you perform. But that's just Diana Ross. So Raja understood the assignment. She did what needed to be done, but it wasn't my favorite.
With this song, I feel like she was limited. Well, with the
Hmm.
tone of the song, like it was just like,
Yeah.
so because she couldn't even give us that little hop around bounce with the bouncy
Right.
hair
None of
bounces.
the.
She couldn't really give us
Yeah.
that, and that's so. When I think of Diana Ross, I think of BB Zahara when she did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what, and so I was looking for that. So Raja gave it. Raja could have gave a little more, but she was still safe. She didn't. I mean, it. Only way she could have messed up this was by not knowing the words. I mean, because that's all she had to do was
Exactly.
kind of just give, whatever, right?
Yeah. That's true.
So yeah, Madonna, played by Eureka. Your thoughts?
Eh, it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't really Madonna to me. Like the only thing Madonna was the outfit. But
Yes,
then again,
I
also
agree.
I don't know a whole bunch about Madonna, but to me it just didn't give Madonna. Like if you would have took that headpiece off, I wouldn't know who that was.
I agree. Like I don't know, and I'm saying I don't know what like they had so much they could have did with Madonna from that performance. You know what
Right.
I'm saying, to give us more Madonna. I don't know, like Eureka added her own little signature kicks in there, and it just was like it wasn't much going on. To me,
No.
it wasn't bad, but when I watched it, I was like, hmm, meh.
Meh. Yeah, it was definitely meh.
But I
But
don't
I
know if
mean,
I don't
it
know if
was
it was her
safe.
fault though. It's just what they gave her.
That's true.
It's like what she had to work with. It's like, did she really have much to do? Cause she really don't do any much more than what she did.
Exactly. That's the
I don't know.
thing with these
That's me.
challenges.
Right. You just kind
Hmm.
of what you get is what you get.
Right.
Um,
You just got to make it do what it do.
Shakira by Yada. I
Mm,
thought she did a good job, except for like they said, her face. It's like something was going off in her. She just didn't look like she knew what was going on in the face. Her
no.
body,
I
her neck down was on
Yeah.
point. Everything else from up here was just like, Gaga, put your face in your. Like, it just like she was confused.
Yeah, I think what the issue was, I think she was trying to focus too much on the dancing. Because sometimes when you're focusing on getting the moves right and emulating this person, you lose it in the face because that's what you're focused on. I think that was the issue because you could definitely tell she didn't really know the words.
That too.
And it just wasn't giving,
It was the
like,
same
the
damn
face was just
words.
blank.
It was cover girl, put the
Right.
bass in your walk.
I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect was because the dancing was great, but
She
her
did. She
face
looked.
just was
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah. No. Yada girl.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they should have gave her Jennifer Lopez.
Right.
No.
Something.
Uh, Fergie, played by Ginger. Now she opened the show. I don't know if that was a good placement for her to
No,
open the show,
absolutely not.
cause she
No.
just looked very,
Yeah,
very. She looked very stiff and kind of not nervous, just kind of stiff. Like she couldn't really move her neck. I don't know what was going on. It just Ginger's not a dancer, so I was proud that she was able to do what she did. But to
right.
have Fergie and to open the show, it was like she was set up to not look the best.
It was a choice. It was a choice. I'm so confused because I'm really confused about the choice of Fergie as well because as they mentioned numerous times in the show, Fergie doesn't have really anything iconic about her, which is that's mean. But I mean, she just doesn't have anything where it's like, oh, that's Fergie.
I forgot
So
Fergie
to me, it was just
even did the Super Bowl. Was it Black
right.
Eyed
I did
Peas or was it her?
too.
Was it
I
Fergie
don't
or Black Eyed
know.
Peas? I don't even know. I forget.
I don't even know. And that's the thing. That's the problem. It just wasn't. It was
But
a weird choice.
she did not do terrible. She just didn't do great. She
Yeah.
did what she's supposed to do, but she didn't do what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
got
know.
her choreo down, she knew her words,
Yeah,
but
she tried to
it
make it
just wasn't
funny. She was
it.
just like she was trying to, she was trying. She was trying, but yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
a
It
myth.
was just a character flaw.
Yeah,
There's only so much you could do.
maybe she should have had Michael Jackson or somebody. I don't know. Somebody
Somebody, shoot.
they could have gave us somebody else. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
So Katy Perry, played by Scarlett Envy. this was actually really good and really cute,
It
actually.
was.
And she was like, she was getting it. Like she didn't have the hardest choreography, but it was so cute. And it
Yeah.
was. I don't think it didn't sound like Katy Perry. So whoever they
No.
got to play that voice, I feel like that was one of the voices that was like off compared to the actual artist. But the look, the choreography, and the vibe of it was definitely California girl. Like it was good. I think
Yes.
she did a really good job. She played it well, and I would have considered her a top actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, she definitely gave Katy Perry. I love that she came out in the little shark outfit. That was so
Yeah,
cute.
yeah,
And just everything about her presence and her performance gave Katy Perry vibes,
yeah,
which I really appreciate from Scarlett. Scarlett's definitely stepping her game up from her season.
yeah.
So
She's showing
I
that she's
like
talented.
this.
She's showing it. I will say
Yeah.
we didn't get a lot of that from her season, so I'm glad that she's able to show it. And hopefully she stays longer to where we can see more because she's definitely very talented.
Yes, very. This was good.
Yeah,
It definitely should have been higher, but it
yeah.
was good.
Um, Kylie Sonique as Steven. What's his name? Steven Tyler.
Tyler.
Steven Tyler. Yeah. Um, I didn't I don't know Steven Tyler that well, but I thought that it seemed like she played the role well, and I like that being trans, she was able to tap into that masculine side too. She
Right.
mentioned that. That's really good. I like when trans. I'm sorry. I like when trans women do that. They like to you know
Hmm.
show that they can do both, even though they're
Yeah.
now a woman or whatever. So I loved it. I thought she did a good job. It added a different little element to the Super Bowl, more of a rock feel to it. What do you think?
Hmm. Now I am familiar with Steven Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought she did a really good job. She embodied him in his
Mm-hmm.
movements and things that he does very well. Like how
Mm-hmm.
she started like rolling around on the floor. I'm like, yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
very him.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. And like how you said, I like that even though she is a trans woman, that she was still able to tap into that masculine side and perform. And like she was like, you know what?
And she took it. She did it.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and she did it well. And she was like, I could do this. So what? It is what
Yeah.
it is. It was a really good performance to me.
Yeah. Okay. And then we go from Jen to and gets Gaga.
I loved this. I
Okay.
loved this.
She did a good job.
She
She did
did
a good
that.
job. She embodied Gaga in my opinion. I love that she hit the choreography as spastic as Gaga would. I
Yeah.
don't think she looked like Gaga in the face. And I just say that because
Yeah.
Jan has a very strong Jan face. Even when she
Hmm.
was Madonna, she looked like
Like
Jan,
Jan.
and even as Gaga, she looked like. But as far as the look and which I guess if you look at her from a silhouette standpoint, just from far away, you would see Gaga. But if you look out into the details, you wouldn't. But performance wise, she looked good. She danced. I thought she did really well. Really well.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely in the face. It was still giving Jan. But that could just be her with her makeup skills,
Yeah.
transformance wise.
It
But
seemed like she
it was
doesn't do a
really good.
lot.
Yeah.
Or she does less when she's like not on the runway. Like in her performances, she does like less because you still see her, but on when she's in drag, you see more of a. I feel like more of a the woman esque look that we. But I don't know. Maybe she.
Yeah. And it's
Mm,
like I can't even put my finger on what she could have changed to look more Gaga.
I don't know. I don't know
I
either.
don't know. But the performance itself was good. When she threw that leg up on that piano, I was like, oh yeah. She's
Yeah.
giving and when she started getting to the choreography, I'm like, yes, she's
I thought she was gonna
giving.
like fly down or something off the little thing. You know how she when she jumped down. I thought she was. I'm like
Yes.
maybe she gonna jump down or something. That would have been nice. I mean, that would obviously have to happen through production, but I mean that would have been a nice little fix because she did. That was an iconic like jump down to the thing. I don't know. But good
Yeah.
job to Jan.
Yeah.
Jan definitely tore it up. She earned her
She ate
win
them
of the
up.
week. Um,
Definitely.
so Miss Akira as Prince.
Now, Prince is a hard one too.
Okay.
I like the outfit though. She
Okay.
looked good. She was giving Prince. But Prince is also a hard one because he doesn't have any like iconic moves either. Like he's not like Michael
He's a
Jackson
vibe.
moonwalking all that stuff. Yeah, like Prince just does Prince. So when you're trying to emulate him, it could be tricky. And I think that was kind of her downfall here. Like I don't know. It was
I
off.
think
Something was
that
off.
she shit, they I think they gave her too much moves, like too much choreography. I feel like they should have just, and maybe the song too. Like I thought she did a good. I don't
Hmm.
think she deserved to be in the bottom. I don't think it was that
No,
bad.
definitely not.
I think the bottom, another option for the bottom would have been Miss Fergie or Miss Madonna. Personally, I
Yes.
thought she did a good job for it. She did kind of give more of a Rick James versus Prince,
Yeah.
but I don't think
Yeah.
it was bottom worthy in my opinion. I thought she did a good
No.
job. She hit the moves. She was vibing in the way she knew how to. So I thought that was good for her, honestly. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't bottom worthy to
Somebody
me.
did say that she looked like from Proud Family when the guy was like ow ow
Not Bobby.
ow. Who told me
Not
that?
Uncle Bobby.
I think
No.
Zach said
Now
that.
that you
Somebody
said
said
that,
that. He looked
she
like
is
ow
giving Uncle
ow
Bobby.
ow.
Oh my
I
God,
was
not
like,
Uncle
he
Bobby.
sure
I'm
do.
dead. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she's giving Uncle Bobby.
Carol Channing, which is Pandora. Pandora got an easy choice child. She played this woman on Snatch Game, and now she's back.
Right.
And she did what she needed to do. I guess like nothing bad. Where my
Yeah.
heels at? Make your heels clack. Where my heels at? Make them click clack.
It was just, it was fine. She did what
Yeah,
she needed to do, but again, it
yeah,
just wasn't a standout, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
Let's move on to the actual Super Bowl headliner of this event. I'm sorry. Let me say this. I am
Oh,
not. Yeah, if you know me, you know I am not a Beyonce stan. I'm not a part of the
me
Beehive.
either.
But
No, me either.
in
Oh, but
this
Miss
moment,
Trinity,
I must be a stan because
Trinity.
Miss Trinity K. Bonet came through and she let it be known. Just like it's funny because if this was like a real event, right? And Beyonce was performing, they would call this Beyonce's event. And so watching this, seeing how she slayed, this was definitely
Yeah,
Trinity's event, and they were all just
yeah,
invited. Even Jan.
yeah.
I'm sorry because she fucking slayed. She slayed the house down, boots all that way down. She had her mic, the mic
She
placement, the
had that wind
choreography,
blowing. Oh,
like the energy, the walk down, the camera
yes.
angles. That
Oh,
whoever, somebody from Beyonce's team had to have put this together because it was like perfect. It was more
this,
than just an impersonation. It basically, I mean, if she, it just could just been Beyonce up there. She did so damn good. I was happy.
yes. You couldn't tell me that wasn't Beyonce. You could
Well, you
not tell me that wasn't Beyonce. I'm like, okay, like everything was so good, just hitting all the marks, the dance moves, just even the look
choreography,
on
the
her face.
energy, her face. It
It
was,
the presence, it was everything.
it was so good.
Trinity
It was so
did
good.
not come to play
This what made
at
this. This is
all.
what made this episode like such a good like iconic episode because it was like
Yes,
whoa, like mind
it was
blown.
amazing.
So Trinity, if you're
Oh,
watching this, girl, I'm sure you know. I hope Beyonce and Tina knows, Mama knows. Post your video because you
look,
definitely deserve. This was.
please.
I've seen a lot of impersonations of Beyonce. This one
Okay,
was the best.
I have never seen a better Beyonce impersonation.
Yeah,
This was so good. I
yeah.
want to see Trinity being Beyonce for the rest of my life. It was so good. I would pay good money to see this in person. Like, it was so good. She did that.
Well,
She did that.
that was all the performances, and Jan wins, of course. I
Yeah.
think the runway edged her over Trinity a little bit. I don't think anything's wrong with Trinity's
Yeah.
runway, but I think compared to what they were looking for, she kind of dropped the ball a little bit in that area, and so Jan brought it home. She redeemed herself from losing or being safe in her
Yes.
her Rusical, so it was a cute little storyline. The bottom two were Yara and Akira, and of course they have to debate. Yara doesn't want to, she don't want to beg again. I'm like, girl, listen, at this
Hmm.
point, you about to go home. My thing is,
Hello.
Yara, I don't remember Yara being like this. She used to be such much. She's a sweet girl, but the fact that she's not, she doesn't seem that humble to me. She seems like
No.
she thinks she's way more talented than what she is, and she's very talented. But clearly, for her to be
Yeah.
in the bottom twice, there's some things she could work on. She doesn't want to work on her clothes. She don't want to practice on stuff. It's just like, Yara, what are you doing in this competition? Why are you back? Because
Yeah. Like her energy is just off. Like
it's
she
off.
definitely, yeah, she definitely got a big head for some reason. just like even how we seen in episodes prior where she's just like, oh, I'm gonna just do whatever.
Yeah.
I could do what I'm gonna pull it through.
Yeah.
But you're just not on the level of the other girls right now,
Yeah.
or at least you want it like they do. Like
Yeah.
you just like whatever.
Yeah, it's not the
I
same.
know I'm this and I
It's
know I'm
kind of
that.
it's very off putting to be like, oh, like why would I want you
Yeah,
to? Because you don't even want to. This is an experience. When you get in the bottom, you need to explain why you want to be there. If you can't explain why you want to be there, then you're why are you there? You think because you're not gonna always win. Like you're gonna clearly end up in the
right.
bottom again. So I don't know.
Very sore loser ish.
Yeah, very true. It is. It is like play the game.
Hmm.
It's a game.
Right. Like you know why you're here. Just
You
play
know
the
why you're in the
game. You
bottom
don't
too.
hello. Or maybe she don't. Maybe it's the delusion. We don't know. But her with this
Um,
I don't want to beg thing, no.
it's
Mm-mm.
annoying. So of course they do that, and then they lip sync. Jan lip syncs against Jessica Wilde, the lip sync assassin. And I was like, okay, Jessica Wilde, we said since season two.
Right.
I didn't think she was a lip sync assassin, but it's good to see old Queen's back. I will say she came back with some fire energy.
Oh,
I
she didn't
will
play
say
no game.
this season, lip sync assassins have definitely stepped it up.
Hmm.
They have definitely like this season. Lipstick Assassins they're coming back like they are on the show to compete, and that's what it
Yeah.
should have been from the beginning last season. So I'm glad. They lip sync to Womanizer. What you think about the lip sync?
I like the lip sync, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Jan kind of threw the lip sync. I feel like she could have
Mm.
did a lot better than she did, and I feel
Mm.
like we're gonna find out why that is in the next episode. I wonder whose lipstick she picked because even in Untucked, they didn't show whose lipstick she picked.
I feel like she
So
picked. A Curious to go.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
Can
do too.
Jan? I had heard and read that Jan is like messy this time around, and so I think the messy route will be to
Mm,
even though it's time for y'all to go home to choose a Curia to go home.
yeah,
So I think she chose a Curia, so we're gonna find out.
I do
But
too.
everybody else clearly chose Yalda because Jessica Wilde wins, and that's who. It's so funny because I saw a clip where they showed Jessica arriving, and she's like, "I'm about to send these bitches home." And then at the end, when she ended up sending Yara home, she was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of sad to send my friend home."
Like, girl, that's what you came to do.
But Yara goes home, and Yara, I gotta read some more,
She
but
was salty.
she said, "Fuck you,
She was,
bitches," and "fuck you all," and
she was
then what's her
pissed.
name? What's her name? What's her name? Michelle was like, ooh, like
Oh yeah, she was like,
she didn't
ooh.
really like that.
I didn't either though, because it didn't
It's
seem like she was joking.
no, it did. It seemed like she was, and it's like, girl, you caused yourself to go home. You had just played your case. You'd
Right,
have been
like,
okay.
girl,
They probably would have
go
kept you
ahead.
just because you actually have won something, and they look at you probably more as and she's very talented. But yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
and especially considering that almost half of the girls voted for Akira to go home last week.
Yeah,
If you would have just played your case, I honestly feel like they would have sent her home.
yeah,
But
yeah.
since she wanted to be all high and mighty, and I'm not doing all that, and this is beneath me, okay, pack your bags.
Bye, girl.
Like,
Bye, bye.
right, bye.
Um, but that's it. That's the whole episode. And so Jan has won. She's redeemed herself. Next week they are
Yeah.
doing a pink table talk. So I guess it's gonna be like a talk show, kind of like the red table talk. It's a
Hmm.
group challenge, so we're gonna see what happens. I wonder who's gonna bring home the next victory. I don't know who we predicted. Did we predict y'all to go home this week? Who do we
I
predict to go home
think
this week?
so.
I think so. Who we think
I
go home
think
next
so.
week?
Because of the nature of this challenge, I think it's harder to say,
Mm-hmm.
but track record, I could see Akira going home. And I don't want her to,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like this double bottom thing is going to
It's
get
gonna
to
get to her.
her.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't, especially considering how good she did on her season. To me, she's always exuded so much confidence that I feel like this game is bringing her down a little bit. So hopefully she gets her mind right so that she can stay a little longer. But
Yeah.
I could see her being next.
I don't know. I could see. I don't know why I see Jan going home next week.
Yikes. But you know what?
Just
I wouldn't
because
be
she won
surprised
and they
because
they
she
they
got her
they
win.
didn't gave her a win, they're gonna be like, all right, girl, bye.
Right. Like, you got what you needed. Bye, girl.
Right.
Like, I could see them
You
doing
weren't
this.
safe, you were in the bottom. You won. They bye.
I could definitely see production doing that and getting her up out of here.
But we're gonna see. I don't know. And next week, like I said, we can say it's the Pink Table Talk. And I'm excited. I'm just ready to see what's going on. I mean, I'm really enjoying this season already.
Hmm.
This episode got me hyped to see what's to come next. I hope they keep the
Yeah.
momentum going. Because this episode was definitely like a highlight of the. It reminds me of when we watched season All Stars 4, and they had the lip sync battle,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like a
Yeah.
great episode that was talked about. This is one of those episodes, so hopefully they can continue it. And I'm already impressed. Go ahead, Paramount Plus, honey, y'all and All Stars, y'all are doing a good job this
Yeah.
season. Bring it on
Yes.
home. Or as what's her name
Uh-huh.
said, bring back my girls. What you gonna bring back my girl?
Ate them up.
She
Yes.
did. She did.
Yeah,
So
this
with that being
episode was
said,
good.
we're gonna lead out. You can find myself and Maya on Instagram at Stupid Wild Tales or at Maya Taught You or at the Lean Blog. Be sure
Yeah.
to like, subscribe, comment all things Lean. We're gonna be here throughout the rest of the season for Drag Race and many of the shows. Potomac coming on tonight. BET presents Encore. A lot of the shows you can find on this channel. With that being said, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday. And before we get out of here, just make sure to bring back my girl. Good night.